Welcome to the deep dive. Let's set the scene. Imagine you're right there with Arjuna, Kurukshetra, the battlefield. He's just overwhelmed.
Completely. Deep despair, moral confusion, looking at his own family on the other side.
And that feeling, that clash between duty and emotion, I mean, it's something so many of us wrestle with, right? When you just can't find clarity.
Absolutely. It's that core human struggle, isn't it? How do you act when you're completely torn? Arjuna's crisis, it's not just history. It's the perfect launch pad for this incredible dialogue.
And it's exactly where we're going today. A deep dive into chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita. It's called Jñāna Karma Sanyas Yoga.
The yoga of knowledge, action, and renunciation. Sounds deep, and it is.
It really is. This chapter, it offers some seriously potent wisdom for navigating those tough spots. Almost like a shortcut, to getting well informed about finding purpose and taking right action.
Our mission here is to really pull out the most crucial insights. We want to explore how this divine knowledge, this idea of selfless action, and what true inner renunciation really means. How all that can help you find peace and purpose in your own life.
Yeah, and to do that, we've looked at, everything we could find. Traditional commentaries, modern takes, contemporary thinkers.
Yeah.
Trying to get you a really full picture.
Okay, so where do we start?
Well, Krishna kicks things off almost immediately by saying something pretty mind-blowing.
Right, he tells Arjuna, look, this wisdom I'm sharing, it's not new.
Not at all. He says he first gave it to the sun god, Vivashvan,
Who taught it to Manu to Ikshvaku, establishing this sacred lineage. A guru parampara, a chain of teachers passing it down through these great royal sages.
So like this ancient river of wisdom flowing through time.
Exactly. But then Krishna says, over long ages, it kind of faded, got obscured.
Not physically lost, but people just stopped paying attention, got caught up in worldly stuff.
Pretty much. Neglect, preoccupation. The focus shifted away from this deeper knowledge, and that's why Krishna says he needs to reveal it again.
And he chooses Arjuna. Not because he's the best warrior, necessarily.
Although he is a great warrior.
True, but Krishna emphasizes it's because Arjuna is his devoted friend. And crucially, he has that genuine curiosity, that openness to actually receive this deep truth.
And Arjuna's reaction is so relatable, isn't it? He hears all this ancient history about the sun god from eons ago.
And he basically asks, wait a minute, how could you, living now, have taught someone from way back then?
It's such a practical human question. The timeline doesn't add up.
Yeah, but that skepticism, that very real question, it actually opens the door for Krishna to explain something even more profound about himself.
Exactly. It allows Krishna to reveal his divine nature.
And what a reveal. Krishna says, I am a Jnana unborn and Avinashi imperishable.
He's the Lord of all beings, yet he says he manifests on earth through his own divine power, his Yogamaya.
Yogamaya. Like a divine power, or maybe even illusion. He creates himself.
Sort of. It's this divine energy that lets the infinite seem finite. The unborn appear to take birth. He's basically saying, I exist outside time, but I can choose to enter it.
Okay, so that immediately brings up the big question. Why? Why would the divine take birth?
And Krishna gives a very clear answer. He descends whenever dharma righteousness, cosmic order declines, and adharma unrighteousness starts taking over.
So when things get out of balance.
Precisely. His mission is specific. Protect the good people, deal with the wicked, and firmly reestablish dharma.
It's not just about good versus evil in a simple way, then.
No, it's deeper. It shows the divine isn't passive. It's an active force that responds when humanity loses its way. It's like a blueprint for restoring order.
That really changes how you think about divine intervention. And he also stresses that his births, his actions, they're totally divine.
Right, not bound by the same physical laws we are.
And here's the kicker. He says anyone who truly understands this divine nature of his birth and actions, they aren't reborn into this world of suffering.
They attain his eternal abode. And importantly, he also says he rewards everyone according to their path. All paths ultimately lead towards him.
It's incredibly reassuring, isn't it? It's less about the label you use and more about the sincerity of your journey.
A powerful statement about an involved, caring divine, actively maintaining balance.
Okay, so if that's the divine purpose, how do we align our actions with it? Because figuring out what's right action, wrong action, or even inaction, it's tricky.
It really is. Krishna acknowledges this. He says even the wise get confused about karma, right action, vikarma, wrong action, and this third one, akarma.
Let's unpack those. Karma and vikarma seem maybe a bit more straightforward.
Generally, yes. Karma is the righteous action, aligned with duty and dharma. Karma is the opposite, prohibited actions driven by negative desires leading to bad consequences. But the real mind-bender is a karma.
Right, a karma. It's not just lounging around, is it? Though, that sounds nice sometimes.
Huh. No, but definitely not just physical laziness. A karma is this deep internal state. It's about acting, but doing it without ego, without being attached to the results.
So you're fully engaged, doing what needs to be done, but internally, you're free from the outcome.
Exactly. You're in the world, but not mentally or emotionally bound by it.
Krishna says a wise person sees action in inaction.
Right, like someone sitting still, but their mind is racing with plans and worries. That's hidden action.
And conversely, inaction in action.
Yes, someone performing intense actions, think of Arjuna, the warrior, but doing it without ego, without craving a specific result. That's a karma. That's the state of inner freedom, even amidst intense activity.
That's the key for Arjuna, isn't it? How to fight this terrible war but remain internally untouched.
Precisely. Detached from the fruits of the action, not the action itself. It's a huge mental discipline.
It reminds me of that story about Swami Vivekananda during the plague in Calcutta.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
A powerful example.
He was ill himself, but he threw himself into organizing relief efforts. Massive scale. Even thought about selling the monastery's land to fund it. He wasn't doing it for praise or anything personal.
That's perfect. Intense action running relief work, but with inaction, a karma. Free from ego, free from attachment to his own comfort or reputation, pure duty and compassion.
It shows how action done right can actually be liberating, not binding.
Absolutely. It transforms the whole dynamic.
And this understanding of action and inaction, it flows really naturally into the idea of yagya, or sacrifice, doesn't it? But again, it's broader than just rituals.
Much broader. Krishna expands the definition. Yagya becomes this profound attitude of selfless offering.
So any action, big or small, if done without selfish desire,
As an offering to the divine, or just for the good of the world,
that becomes a sacred yagya. Your office desk could be your altar.
that's the idea. And the Gita describes different kinds. There's Dravya Yagya, offering material things, wealth, food. Indriya Samyama Yagya, controlling your senses for spiritual growth. Prana Yagya, using breath control, like pranayama, to calm your energy. Tapo Yagya, discipline, austerity.
Lots of forms. But Krishna puts one above the others, right?
He does. Jnana Yagya, the sacrifice of knowledge, or perhaps better, sacrifice through knowledge. This is considered the highest.
Why the highest?
Because unlike material sacrifices that give temporary benefits, the fire of true knowledge, Krishna says, burns away all karmic bonds, all ignorance, permanently.
It's the ultimate purifier. Wow.
It incinerates the consequences of past actions, leaving you pure.
There's that lovely story about King Mahendra Pratap, too.
Ah yes, the love school.
He was wealthy but had no children. Instead of feeling sorry for himself, he started a school for poor kids.
Treated them like his own, poured his resources into it, named it Prem Vidyalaya.
That act, done so selflessly, became his yagya, and it brought him immense joy.
A beautiful example of action as offering, far more satisfying perhaps than just ritual.
Okay, let's shift focus slightly to the knowledge itself, Jnana. Krishna makes a huge claim about it.
He does. He says there's nothing in this world as purifying as divine knowledge. Nothing.
He compares it to a blazing fire.
That incinerates all karmic reactions, all impurities. It's the ultimate soul cleanser.
And it's not just about cleansing, it's also a tool, isn't it? Like a sword.
Exactly. A sharp sword capable of cutting through all doubts. Doubts born from ignorance. Krishna is very clear. Someone full of doubt finds no happiness, not here, not anywhere.
And he means destructive doubt here, right? Not genuine questions.
Yes, that paralyzing skepticism that stops you from learning or acting. This is a self-made prison.
I love the other analogy to knowledge as a sturdy boat.
Able to carry even the worst sinner across the turbulent ocean of worldly suffering.
It implies it's never too late to get on board,
Absolutely. The path of knowledge is open, and its power is transformative. It purifies the mind, leads to deep inner peace, and helps you realize your true self, the Atma, and its connection to the Supreme, Paramatma.
It changes you from the core. So the big question then is, how do you get this transformative knowledge? Is it just reading books?
Krishna says no, not just intellectual study. True divine knowledge, the kind that liberates, has to be received, almost like a transmission.
From a teacher.
From a true spiritual master, a guru. Someone who hasn't just learned about the truth, but has directly experienced it, realized it.
A living source of wisdom. Okay, and there's a specific way to approach such a guru.
Yes, Krishna outlines it clearly. First, pranipat prostration. It signifies humility, letting go of ego.
Makes sense.
Then, seva, selfless service to the guru. This purifies your heart, builds trust.
Right.
And finally, paraprasna, sincere inquiry. Asking real, heartfelt questions to clear your doubts, not to argue or show off. It's about being truly receptive.
So humility, service, and genuine curiosity.
That's the path to receiving this knowledge. And again, the warning against destructive skepticism, that closed-off mindset that just blocks learning and leads to misery.
It's a fine line sometimes between healthy questioning and just being cynical.
It is. But the Gita emphasizes faith, or perhaps trust, in the process, and the teacher is necessary to really absorb this wisdom.
Okay, so as chapter 4 draws to a close, Krishna gives Arjuna a very direct command.
A powerful call to action, really. He says, therefore, with the sword of knowledge, cut apart the doubts born of ignorance that linger in your heart.
Use the knowledge you've just gained.
Exactly. And then, arise, O Bharat. Stand up for duty in yoga.
So it's not about running away from the battlefield, it's about facing it, but now armed with this inner clarity and detachment. Apply the knowledge in your action.
Precisely. Don't escape duty, transform how you perform it.
This chapter weaves in some really deep philosophical threads, too.
Absolutely. Foundational truths, like the nature of the soul, the Atma.
Unborn, eternal, unchanging, separate from the body that dies.
Understanding that, really internalizing it, takes away the fear of death, the sting of loss. It's a massive perspective shift.
Huge. And then there's the ideal of the Kshitrakaga, the person of stable wisdom.
Right. Someone whose mind isn't tossed around by desires, content with whatever comes, free from envy, balanced in success and failure.
Sounds amazing. How do you get there?
Through mastery of the senses and the mind. It's the state you reach through these practices.
And of course, Nishkam Karma Yoga, action without attachment. That's central, isn't it?
Absolutely a cornerstone. Focus on doing your duty, your karma, to the best of your ability.
But let go of craving the results, the phala, that famous verse, Karmanavadhikaras tamafalyo kadachana.
You have a right to perform your duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. It's about freeing yourself from the reactions, the emotional roller coaster of outcomes.
Which paradoxically probably makes you act better, right? Less anxiety, more focus.
Exactly. It's not apathy, it's freedom. Imagine tackling your job, your relationships, even chores, just focused on the task itself without constantly worrying, what will I get? Or what if I fail?
That's liberating just thinking about it. And this links to Swadharma too, your own specific deity.
Yes. Follow your own path, your own nature, even if it seems harder than someone else's. Align your actions with who you truly are. That brings peace and avoids the regret of not living your potential.
Okay, bringing this into our world today, it feels incredibly relevant. All this information overload we face.
The Gita gives you a framework to cut through the noise, discern what's true and important.
And the stress, the anxiety, the dissatisfaction so many people feel, even with all our technology.
These principles, inner balance, finding true purpose, nishkam karma, they directly address that modern malaise.
You can see it in leadership too, can't you? Ethical leadership, professional excellence, it's all there.
Definitely. And the global spread of yoga, International Yoga Day. It shows this isn't just some ancient Indian text. It has universal appeal, benefiting people worldwide.
It's amazing how many great thinkers were influenced by it too.
It really is. Gandhi found strength in it during his darkest times. Einstein was awed by its cosmic scope. Annie Besant, Carl Jung, Huxley, Emerson, Thoreau, the list goes on.
They all saw profound wisdom in these verses.
Which speaks volumes about its timelessness.
There's that great analogy you mentioned earlier about the hidden treasure in the temple.
Ah, yes. The clue was symbolic, where the first sunbeam hits the spire, the kalash, and reflects on the ground.
You couldn't just smash the spire, you needed insight.
Exactly. You needed that spiritual intellect, vivek, shil buddhi, discerning wisdom, seeing the deeper meaning, connecting the dots, not just taking things literally.
And that's like the Gita itself. You can read the words, but unlocking the real treasure requires that deeper, reflective understanding.
You have to engage with it thoughtfully to see how it applies to your life. It's not just theoretical knowledge.
So, wrapping up our deep dive into Chapter 4, it really offers so much. The sheer power of divine knowledge to purify.
The liberation you can find in acting selflessly without attachment.
And the clarity that comes from understanding what true renunciation, that inner freedom, really is.
These ancient ideas, as we've seen, can have a profound practical impact on navigating modern life, cutting through confusion, giving you purpose.
Absolutely. So maybe here's a final thought to leave everyone with.
Okay.
If even the most intense action, like Arjuna's battle, can become a form of liberating inaction when it's filled with knowledge and selflessness. What yagya, what selfless offering will you choose to perform today?
Interesting question.
Not focusing on what you'll gain, but on the purity and purpose of the act itself. How might shifting your focus just slightly from the outcome to the intention change how you experience life's challenges?